When it comes to having a mindset about money, here are 5 things I wish I knew in my 20s when I first started investing. Number 1, being more frugal. Now, when it comes to being more frugal in your life, you just have to understand that you're not going to be spending as much as everybody else. You're going to have your cutbacks. You're not just going to be buying every single thing that you like. So you have to have a little humility when it comes to that. Now, your version of being more frugal is going to be different than everybody else. You don't need to be comparing yourself to anybody. So whatever your neighbors are spending on money, whatever your friends are spending on money, you just need to be understanding that it's you versus you. That's the competition. You just understanding where your threshold and boundary is with how frugal you want to be. But the more frugal you are, the better your savings rate can be, as well as just understanding that that's going to be a lot easier to do than it is to increase your income at your job. Number 2, cash in the bank. Now for myself, I can't keep all my cash in the bank because I know I need to be investing that money so that it's earning interest and compound interest, that is, over the course of time. But I do believe that keeping cash in the bank does have its unseen returns. And what I mean by that is, I always want to make sure that I have a few $1,000s at least in the bank for those unforeseen emergencies. Because at that point, it's given me the control and flexibility that I would need to lessen the stress load that happens throughout life. That could also be if I was to lose my job. Then I would have a few $1,000s in there to give me the control and ease that I was going to be okay for a few months until I was able to find another job. So understanding that cash in the bank does have its purpose, and I wish I knew that in my 20s. Number 3, your income has little to do with you being able to build wealth. What I mean by this is, just because you make less money doesn't mean you can't build more wealth than someone who makes 2 times, 3 times more money than you. It all has to do with your ability to save money. In one of my favorite books, The Psychology of Money, Morgan Housel talks about Ronald Read, who was a gas station and janitor for a school. But over the course of his life, when he passed away at age 92, he had amassed a wealth of $8 million as a gas station clerk and a janitor. So to say that you can't save money and build wealth because you don't make enough is simply not true. So please understand this, that again, going back to rule number 1, being more frugal gives you the ability to amass a wealth you've never dreamed of. Number 4, the power of compound interest. This is the one that I think is the most important, and I wish I knew it in my teenage years versus in my late 20s. So, if you guys just please Google compound interest calculator. I want you to type in any savings dollar amount. It doesn't matter if it's $100 or it's $1,000, and try to do it monthly. And I want you to see the difference of starting, and it's going to give you a time period. You can say over 30 years, 40 years, and just put in a calculation of to age 65 from where you are now, and just try to see if you actually added another 10, 20 years onto that as if you started 10 or 20 years earlier, and you could actually see the difference. The power of compound interest is the key takeaway in how long and how well you will do in the market. Because the longer you're in the market is better than trying to time the market. So just understand this, the power of compound interest. We wish we all had it. If we knew, everybody would be better off. And we're trying to change this, guys. Please tell this to your kids. I'm trying to get my goddaughter to really understand this, but it's not the easiest thing. But time is on your side, and that's what compound interest is all about. Number 5, and probably I would say my most favorite one, is no one is crazy when it comes to money. The ability to pick and choose how we decide to spend our money comes down to our relationship with money, our experience with money, how we grew up with money. So to say anyone is actually crazy on how they spend their money is completely false. So I would like to say that regardless of how you spend your money, no one is crazy. And that's what I think is good about it. I think it gives you the ability to be yourself, truly authentic, and understanding on how you view the world with your money. Because you want to be happy as well as going through all this in the investing world. There's going to be enough ups and downs that are going to be stressful for you, because you're going to have to understand that being yourself and your strategy, again, it's you versus you, not comparing yourself to anybody else. So however you do it, however you want to do it, just understand you're not crazy and keep going forward. Okay, guys, those are my 5 money-saving mindset values that I wish I knew in my 20s. I want to hear what you guys have to think about it. Maybe that's something you're thinking about. Maybe you wish you would have done something back in your earlier days, and maybe you wish you're doing something now. All you can do is make up your set of rules, your game plan, and your strategy. But I would love to hear what you're saying. I would love to hear what you're thinking. Please comment below.